Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ASNS. I am still holding this stock. I have not sold. I told you if it breaks below $1, we take the loss and we move on. As long as this trading range holds, there is no reason to sell. We do have the earnings that did come out. Let's go over that. It is important to look at the fact that Actelis Network reports Q3 2024 results 200% quarterly revenue growth, 46% year-to-date growth, reaching 6.7 million. 6.7 million. Let's actually look at the queue here with all these documents that we have at our disposal. Let's scroll down and let's go straight to what we care about, which is what's coming next for this stock in 2025, and potentially take a quick look at the assets and liabilities here. We do have an increase in cash and cash equivalents. Let's see, restricted cash, trade receivables, inventory increased. No, it stayed about the same. Let's see what else. Okay, so total assets of, I'm assuming this is in the thousands. Yes, it is. So total assets actually decreased year over year. Liabilities decreased as well. Actually, they almost halved their liabilities. Interesting. That's good to know. They actually did decrease their liabilities, as you can see, from 10,835 to where it is now at 5,689. They literally have their liabilities, which makes me wonder where did they knock current maturities of long-term loans, deferred revenues, total payables. Yeah, it looks like across the board they were able to bring down their liabilities. So liabilities and assets looking good. It's not looking like AITX, for those of you who know about AITX. Okay, so nothing stands out that should concern you. That's why the share price didn't move. The stock moves on PR related to government contracts or contracts that are big with other companies. Let's see. Okay, so the revenue should have gone up. Yes, it did go up, as you can see here. It did go up from 4,589 to 6,698. Again, this is in the thousands, just to be clear. So it's going up, which is expected because they keep getting orders, right, for their product. Cost of revenues. Interesting to note that the cost of revenues actually went down from 3,043 in 2023 to 2,792 in 2024. It actually went down while the revenues go up, which, hey, if you can bring down your cost of revenues while increasing your revenues, that's a W right there. So that's... And of course, their gross profit's going to be higher. Let's see, operating expenses is something to keep an eye on. Their operating expenses went down. It's lower than last time. Again, while increasing the revenues, that's always a win. Operating loss. So what's their net comprehensive loss? So they're down. Okay, so they're still not profitable, but they're well on their way. As you can see here, negative 4,355, whereas now it's negative 2,575, again in the thousands. I don't really care about any of this. Let's see. Okay, the shareholders' equity, how much they dilute. I'm curious how much they diluted. That's something that I always look at. Balance. Wait, what? Wait, did they dilute? Balance, they diluted like 4 million? Is this what I'm... Because their balance as of June 30, 2023 was 2 million number of shares, common stock. Then that went up to 2.7 million, and then it went up to... The warrants, issuance of common stock, 220... Okay, so yeah. So they dilute, and the number of shares outstanding went from 2 million to 6 million, which is still a low flow. It's not 6 billion. It's 6 million, just to be clear. So nothing to be concerned about here. Because you can see here, US dollars in thousands, except number of shares. So it's still a low floater. So nothing to be concerned about in terms of dilution. I think that's it. Let's see if they have any notes here for us in terms of, hey, this is what's coming next for 2025. NASDAQ. Okay, yeah, they're listed on the NASDAQ. Okay, nothing here. Let's see, 2024. We don't really have to worry about them getting delisted until August 27, 2025, so we got plenty of time there. I'm looking to see if they're going to mention, like, hey, for 2025 we have all this underway, all this planned. We got a bunch of orders in the pipeline. That's what I'm looking for. As a result of COVID, okay, loans, don't care about loans. Loans, warrants, shareholders' equity. Okay, I think they're not gonna communicate what might be coming next. So we're just gonna have to wait for them to drop the PR. Hey, we got another, bunch of orders for this company. It's really what we're gonna wait for. I'm not seeing it. Okay, here we go. Recent developments. That's what we're looking for. And the overview as well. Let's see, is there anything here that gives us a look into what could come next? NASDAQ listing compliance. Okay, Hamas-Israel war in October 2023. Hamas terrorists infiltrated Israel. Okay, so I guess they're just telling us, hey, there's a war going on, and it could affect us in the future. But as of right now, they're not affected. But in the future, they might be. That's really what it's coming down to there. QND term sheet. On May 23rd, 2024, we announced that we have entered into a binding term sheet with Industrial Corp QND. On November 11, 2024, the company notified the target that the term sheet is terminated. Oh yeah, and that's all there is to it. I don't know why people were talking about, oh, ASNS is going to get sued. Who cares? Ilus didn't follow through on the uplist. They can sue all they want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It still does not change that Ilus didn't uplist. So all the people that were being stupid and being overly supportive of Ilus, looking to blame anyone else but the actual company itself, yeah. ASNS is fine. It's sitting pretty here. And it's not going down. It's not breaking down. So clearly we have plenty of buying holders. Unless that it breaks down below $1, I'm not selling. Let's see. Is there anything else here? I think that's it. I'm not seeing any. Okay, yeah, that's it. There's not really anything extra. I was hoping for something like, hey, this is what's going on next. Look out for our next PR that's going to send us absolutely soaring. But either way, 200% quarterly revenue growth, 46% year-to-date growth. I mean, what more do you guys want? It's well, I'm not going to say it's a penny stock. I mean, technically it is because it's under $5, but it has a low float. We know it can move on news, and it's just been going sideways here. You guys know it's moving like AITX. Like it just doesn't. It's not going anywhere. So at this point, it's just about accumulating it and then just holding it. If it breaks down below $1, you take the loss and move on. If it pops, you take the profit and move on. It's that simple. All right, guys. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm still, it's just a waiting game now.